even spell English well.
Yeah, but I did. I'm part of an English teaching thing.
Yes,
now
you
here.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just clicked to me exactly what I'm there for. Because
Yeah.
I showed up with a whole bunch of, I'm not a teacher. I was just
Right.
bumbling through.
Yep.
Thinking, okay, I've got some sort of job. I bought a whole bunch of books here
Yeah.
and like cards and this and that. And she said, no, don't bring anything.
Yeah.
So, okay, first day, I was basically, like you said, the white guy in the room,
Yeah.
so to speak. And go on, ask him something. Ask him something
Yeah.
about his life in Australia. And I was like, okay, this. And then the next day it was the same. And I went, I realised what they want.
Yeah.
They just want, they do want that, for want of a better word. They want the white guy in the room. They just
Yes.
want, okay, here's your Aussie.
Yeah.
But there is some good sides to that. I was telling my mum yesterday over the phone.
Yeah.
This is the way I thought of it. Because our English teacher is quite good. She lived in Canada. Japanese girl lived in Canada for a while. So she is constantly saying to the Japanese students, look, when Drew asks you a question, how was your day? Generally a Japanese girl or something would say, good,
Yeah.
And she said, don't do that. You're talking to an Australian. You have to be like a Westerner. It was horrible.
Uh-huh.
I did this, I did that, I didn't want to do this. Oh, I can't believe I was forced to do this to that. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
If you want to land in Australia tomorrow,
Yeah.
you can't be this Japanese person.
Yeah.
It clicked to me, and I went, okay, so I can actually. It's so easy then. for me
of course.
to be a teacher, but it makes a lot of sense. Only because the English teacher was, the boss is good enough to understand that thing. She's
Yeah.
trying to change the culture. She's
Yeah.
trying to get the Japanese people to land in America
Yeah.
and not be so Japanese.
Yes, I think that's a very good point. I think that's required. I mean, this country is right now absolutely sinking in the conservative side of things. They absolutely don't want to change. In fact, the image of people who are outside of Japan about Japan is this is a country that never changes. Like nothing changes here ever. The people don't change either. This goes together. It goes hand in hand. I know like a few people here who are definitely not the typical Japanese people, but I have to say most of them still are definitely.
Yeah.
And you're right. Yeah, they are absolutely unfit to live in another country. Absolutely unfit. They just can't survive.
Yeah.
They get homesick after like 1 week and bam, I have to go back to Japan. Japan, always Japan. Like, what do you eat? Sushi, always like Japanese food. Everything, they never get out of that comfort zone they created for themselves. And that's what drives me insane in this country from time to time.
Yeah.
Same thing with the language, right? A lot of people, I'm not sure exactly because again, I'm not a specialist on those things, but Japanese has like 3 kind of main dialects or something, and they consider that as 3 languages. I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. That's one language. Dialect is dialect, that's fine. But actually learn another language, a completely different language. Then you can consider that as you learned another language. Right. I don't want to hear about this dialect thing. That's not a language. That's just a variation of the same language. So... And I when I was at university in my first year, I stayed in the accommodation hall, and I kind of shared with people. So one of them German, a very good friend of mine, and one guy was from China, and that Chinese guy, boy, he went to a kind of special school, kind of just an English school. So he was learning English mostly, I think, maybe math also. I don't know, but from time to time, we would kind of talk in the room, and he would say, I don't understand. My English is not getting better. He was thinking with an accent. I not getting better. And I'm like, yeah, you know why? Because you hang out with your Chinese friends, and guess what? You always speak Chinese with them. Yeah. So, of course, your English is not getting better. You have to absolutely use English every single step of the way. Then you can hope. It's not guaranteed, but you can hope that it will improve.
That's right. Order English food.
Of course.
Well, yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
I do. Which makes me feel all right about being the clown Aussie in the English class. It just does. It actually makes sense to me. You need to see just how our body language is. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Well, I said this to you before, but my realization this morning, because we don't have a great train system on the Gold Coast where I'm from. So to stand in a train with hundreds of people, and all of a sudden the train stopped, it could have been they often say it's a suicide tragedy or something, which stops the train track. All the trains stop on that line.
Yep.
And it's in Japanese, so I don't really know what they were saying. And then we stayed there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there was another announcement. I know a bit of Japanese, but I just can't understand it when it's a stranger. That's what I'm finding. If Australians are so free and so sort of wild, if there had been 100 people on a train, and someone had said, attention everyone, we have to stop the train for 5 minutes, something has happened, there would have been 100 people going, shit. And then turn to the next person. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm late. I am so late. That's
Yeah.
exactly how an Australian train would have been. But in Japan, they do this thing every single day.
I guess so,
They walk down, get on a bus, it's silent. They get on a train, it's silent.
Yep.
They get to their work, do their work. They're funny people. The funny thing is, their TV shows every night are hilariously weird slapstick comedy. Every single channel is some sort of, as you've seen on
variation of that,
on the YouTube. So they're looking for entertainment.
Yeah.
But I think trains are in this country proving to be a robot machine.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've been saying that to people here also. What happened here to this country where you sit on the train, and why can't you just start a conversation with the person next to you? It's impossible. They will just not talk to you. They will look at you like some kind of weirdo, like, what are you doing talking to me? I don't know you. Why are you talking to me?
And especially with a phone now and with their earplugs in, it just would not happen.
Yeah. Everybody's just texting. It's insane. How many times I take the train to Tokyo to go study Italian? I'm never using the phone actually on the train, even though I have a smartphone. I look around because I like to look around. That's what the world is for. You're supposed to look around you. Everybody is down here on their phone, texting or listening to something. Some of them are sleeping or pretending to sleep. But anyway, the whole world is down there on this tiny screen. And I'm like, look around. There's beautiful people out there. And maybe why don't you talk? I mean, come on. I can't understand this mentality. I can't.
But obviously, actually, can you believe that's actually so bad?
Yeah.
That's what it's or put it this way. Can you believe Japan is considered a lucky country, just like Australia? We're free.
Yeah.
You've got a job, a house. No one is living in any real poverty.
Right.
And, there's depression and bad things.
Sure.
But, hey, when we aren't, there's a health system.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? Can you believe if you're an alien looking down on the world going, whoa, look at these people in Africa who are just wallowing in their own filths in some places.
Yep.
And, oh, my God. Okay, now look over here in the lucky countries.
Yeah.
What the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
They're not talking to each other. They're holding a phone all day. That's all I do too. I'm actually addicted.
Interesting.
Any spare, I've got young kids. Can't talk to you right now because I want to check my Facebook status.
Yeah.
I'm addicted.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually addicted. I actually put the thing away for months.
Yeah.
I try to, but then I realise, for work I have to upload something, I have to share something here and this and that and that. Make it look like I've got some sort of thing happening in my career.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's addictive. When you get on a Japanese train, everyone, it's cannot be a good thing for your eyes, your ears, everything.
Yeah, that's interesting actually, this addiction thing. I think I had this with the cell phone, but this was long ago and I don't have it anymore. And I had the same thing with video games. I'm a big gamer. That's what people might not know about me. I've pretty much grown up with video games since I'm a kid. Since the Spectrum. I think the Spectrum was my first computer, and the Atari, one of the Atari. I can't remember which number. But I grew up with this stuff, and of course I'm still very much a gamer now. But there was a point, I think, when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I actually got addicted to a game. Like if I go to bed, my mind is still going through those tunnels in the dungeon, and I'm trying to turn left and right and look around for monsters. And from time to time, when you do play, you get so much into the game. Like you're kind of walking around this dungeon, it's empty, and suddenly you look around and there's like some dude standing there and you're like, whoa, and it's like, it's a shock. This is an addiction. But I've learned to fight that, and now it's absolutely no problem whatsoever. But
yeah, but it is an addiction.
It is an addiction.
Well, someone explained it to me that for millions of years we've been looking at fires. And you know how, when was the last time you went camping? Everyone does it. There was even one of the first Survivor episodes where they went to Cairns in Australia and it rained the entire time. It was the wet season. They messed the whole show up. So for 3 months, these people just huddled around a fire and they said, I can't look away. It's like TV.
Yeah.
And then TV came along and everyone went, wow. And you love these flickering things in your eyes.
Yeah.
Now we've got the most horrible little handheld things.
Yes.
And it's just the same addiction, millions of years.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, bang, the train just derailed.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a horrible way to die? How'd you die? I was just staring. I was a hunter 100 years ago, looking after families and, had little things happening with groups.
Yeah.
And, but how'd you die today? I was looking at my Facebook status and the train derailed and the seats beside me, these strangers just smacked.
Yeah.
That's not a way to go.
By the way, hunting, that's, I don't know how you feel about it, but I absolutely feel that hunting should be definitely extremely regulated. I mean, I am absolutely fed up of hearing about stories about decapitated lions, decapitated elephants. I'm absolutely fed up with it. And when people then compare, well, look at this. Okay, it's just like a lion, and there's 30,000 people dying in Africa from starvation. Okay, first of all, it's not equivalent. Okay, it's not the same thing. And the other big difference is that humans are not extinct. We're not in danger of being extinct yet. Animals are, and we should preserve something that is going extinct. And I feel it's just so criminal.
It is. I don't know. By the way, I've never hunted a thing.
Me neither.
Yeah. So to me, it's just another one of these stories. Like Russia, some story. For Africa, I know that they have parks and they're rich dentists go over and some people say, well, the good thing about them is those animals would already be dead by the Africans in places. This is what the hunters will say. This is what hunters will say.
Yeah.
These parks are actually there for the rich people to save the animals because they want to hunt these things. And I sort of have no opinion on it for two reasons. It's nothing to do with my own world.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong either way.
Yeah.
But poachers, I think the system in Africa would be so crazy anyway that those animals would probably be poached sooner or later. But something that sort of made me realise lately, listening to a hunter, is that maybe it's actually good. Or put it this way, there is one guy, and I can't remember who it was, some famous guy. He will hunt and say kill a moose every year, just one huge animal, and he hand carves it like we all did to get to this point in time. Mm-hmm. We all had to do that to get to here, and he stores that meat in the freezer. Yep. And his family eats it. But what he says is when he eats this animal, and it's in the wild too, no guns, just bows.
Yeah.
Right, so there's some sort of this animal doesn't know I'm there. It just died and it would have been another animal. But what he said there's this feeling he gets when they eat that. He's respects the meat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he actually knows where it's happened. Even when he's killing, he's I hate doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm having to do it because I'm going to eat this all year. And this feeling that they get from eating it, I think that's the only way to do it. But people are too dumb.
Yeah.
They would ruin that system. There's not good guys like him.
Exactly.
There's good guys that go, I know what I'll do. I'll kill 50 of them and sell them over here.
Or just leave them to die and do nothing, right? That's even worse. No, I think this is my attitude towards hunting probably comes also from my attitude about religion. Atheism is mostly based on empathy. is how we care about other people, but not just other people, also about other animals.